from Jason as well as John, they did mention as well, they kind of started growing during the third week of the Super weekend as well, and they started to show their fans that, hey, they've started to learn, they've started to improve here, and after the PUBG Mobile Global scrims here, they had a couple of scrims, they actually adapted even quicker here. So I've also had a couple conversations with some of the managers as well. They did mention that, hey, they don't exactly know what's up. And to bring up to the point that you mentioned as well, where, hey, teams don't exactly know what they're doing. And this is their moment here. They are the unknown factor. And considering that they are also from Turkey, and they play alongside footballers here, people are very focused on footballers instead of class digital athletics. And a lot of teams are struggling to deal with them. But can they actually work things out for today's plans here? Ladies and gentlemen, here we are going to be jumping into the second game for day number 3 here. We are going to be heading in towards the map of Miramar, and the first circle has shown themselves here. We are going to be pushing towards the northern segment here, Chu. To start things off here, this is going to be a really, really insane game here, Chu.
Yep, when back to Miramar, it's all about the terrain, getting yourself familiarized with the geography. You have to know every nook and cranny where will be the best for your team. Will they be comfortable playing with the higher grounds, or will better with them with compounds? Back about Alpha 7 we go. This seems to be having a quite difficult time to spot some vehicles. Only one for now with a minivan. Well, mind you, that a bit of trivia. Minivan is actually one of the tankiest, but it's not the fastest. It has 2000 HP, so took a couple of more than one team to take one minivan down, by the way. On the side of ASL Brupsa, Leon seems to be finding a friendly neighbor which called Potato, which being fried yesterday into fries. I don't know if that any puns working out for you guys or not, but Arrow of Limax having a hard time to actually unite with one of their members who've split it way too far from the rest of the main team. Yeah, I'm not sure where are the rest of two teams, Wolf and also Abrupt players are, because apparently there's only 2 guys here and they're just wandering off alone. It's quite risky for both of them to stay too much or too long. Playing at the coast area, and they're gonna be okay, they just part ways.
Yeah, very smart call there to actually kind of build on this fight here. Unfortunately for Leon, he does find himself a vehicle to begin with here. That's the thing about Miramar, right? Like, there are teams who prioritize on securing vehicles, especially when the circle is a little bit far, or maybe the flight path is also far from the usual drop spot. So securing those vehicles first is going to be extremely important. But it looks like Airwolf and also Abrupt Sayers, they kind of had the similar idea here. Let's stock up in terms of weaponry here, maybe loot along the way here and see the plan ahead here. Probably get a couple of lucky kills. Unfortunately to say, they did not. So they will respect the territory. Meanwhile, we've got the Wonder Boy from Nova here, and we have Paraboy, as he's got an amazing stats here. Total damage has been done 3,908 damage here. Total kills of 15 kills, and the longest distance kills is 178 meter here. So as of now, we are going to be jumping straight into game here. We do see a couple gunshots in. Looks like A1 is going to be catching one of the players of Comnina Power here, as Rosa is pretty much stuck out in open. This is not looking good for Rosa here. You know, he's going to actually make it out very, very safely here in Los Leonas. And like I said, Los Leonas is one of the hardest city to actually kind of play here, just because of how many cracks, windows, and especially cover that may or may not present themselves in terms of enemy here who's pretty much camping their way through. However, escape is also pretty easy as well, as long as you find yourself some decent cover, and they're going to be A-okay here, Chu.
But the thing is, they will be one of the teams that having a very tough, long journey going to St. Martin. It's going to be the center of a circle as well, and whoever gets the St. Martin highest grounds and the mountains is going to be a huge advantage. It's paramount for them to land themselves there, and the teams that actually nearby is going to be Team Secret Jin probably over there. There's a Navi as well who might try to snatch away that paramount positions. While footballers happily just looting, everybody just like usual. You drop, you just build up your loot and just survive. That's it. That's pretty much how PUBG works. Just to survive while making sure you got yourself all the armors, all the weapons that you need to survive. On the side of Crater Field, we have probably reaching out from El Pozo RQ coming in a bit later than the others, because they don't really need to rush as they are still inside of a safe zone and safe circle. But the ones coming from the southern side here, we're talking about multiple teams. I'm surprised not many love to drop on northern of the map, because I like what's wrong with the North? It's like it's very vacant.
Well, that's the thing about the North, right? Like, it's really hard to play those terrains, especially when it comes to information gathering here. And it feels like being center of the circle gives you more leeway in a sense where you kind of need to know where your surrounding enemies are. And being kind of towards far north kind of makes you a little bit tunnel vision in that regards here. And looks like footballers here, they did rotate relatively early here before the 5 minute mark. They've pretty much trying to scout around for any kind of enemy here. And I like how they made a couple of pit stops here and there just to gather a little bit of information before they make the next move and rotate away here. So as of now, their first encounter is going to be the guys from Na'Vi, and this time Matic will catch off Realm here. Meanwhile, Iski will get caught out a little bit more, but fortunately for them here, footballers, they do successfully reach their second checkpoint, which is pretty much securing themselves a small compound. However, they could not solidify their vehicles here, so that's going to be Matic taking advantage of the situation, possibly denying them one vehicle right from the get-go here, and that will be one vehicle lost in the hands of footballers as Na'Vi playing a little bit spread out thin here as they're trying to get a little bit of kills, but as of now, is that the wisest of choice here to be out in the open, Chu?
They don't really have any options. They are tasting their own medicine based on the previous game. They are the one who usually backstab people for footballers, but now Navi is seeing them quite closely behind. And here Luva's in trying to just re-counter them, putting the pressure, suppressing them from moving forward against the whole team. They have the compound quite solid, yes, but when it comes to the grounds, when it comes to the terrains, it's not working so well for them. Now we do have the elevated grounds to have a wider vision for now, but Soka and Lutz kind of being cornered here. I'm not sure how they will get out from there. The moment they step out from that hut, it's going to be an open field just like you mentioned, and they need a couple of smokes. Do they have enough utilities to survive for now? Footballers, they have to figure things out. It's not wise for them to take up the fight unless they can get into the flex, which Soke is trying to do. Luva's on the other hand trying to just making sure he attracts all the attention of Na'Vi toward himself, while the other two of the flank side go to the blind spot of the enemy of Na'Vi to just a bit of distraction. They need more distraction for Na'Vi, but it's not going to be enough. They still focus on Soke, and the ones in the hut will not get out. They do have a couple of smokes, but I think that's just it. Not more than enough to build a bridge to get away from this.
Oh, a big one here coming from Smoke here. Footballers, they're taking some serious heavy fire here. Na'Vi, they're not letting them get off the hook here. They took one vehicle and now they're looking for more. Can they get the job done here? Because footballers, they did not have enough loots here. They got a really early rotation here and they are slowly bleeding in terms of utilities here. Na'Vi taking full advantage of the situation. They spread out thin here, but what more can they do? Because footballers, all they lost is pretty much two vehicles thus far, a couple of heal and meds here, as well as utilities, but that should be all. And unless Na'Vi makes the play to actually go in for the rush here, which we know Na'Vi is pretty much on form as of from starting from yesterday's performance here, and they need to rack up some points if they want to stand a chance to actually push up towards the leaderboard, and that's exactly probably what they have in mind here. Meanwhile, Team Secret Jin here, Cosmos, who scout out players here from another vicinity. Zeus is going to get caught out here. Godless pretty much going to be docking towards one of the trees here, as the rest of the teams are going to be going in for the assist, as Cosmos is going to be looking to try and get a better positioning to actually flank the guys from Zeus here, Chu.
Everything seems to be on full now. We do know why now Na'Vi wanted so bad for that one particular position where the team's footballers stand themselves at, because we're looking at the circle, it kind of centralizes water treatment right now. While Zeus, they have a huge playing field out in the open. Zeus barely try to spot out the rest of Kangzo, but they swiftly just leave the compound. No time to lose, disengage pathways, making sure they got themselves in the center of the circle first, but it's not going to be over for them because 4 a.m. already waiting for the victim who's passing by will be meeting their ends here, because the receiving end coming in to meet 4 a.m. is not great, but I shot. He sees, he shot down. I see, I shot, I conquer. That's what Team Secret iShot and Mate are doing right now. Hovering around the corners, making sure they can give a very long distance pressure for the teams that trying to move forward. Football is again kind of cramped up between another team, and it's not easy to get out again this time. They need to figure things out. They need more smokes. They need more utilities and more resources there. We see how it kind of depleted based on how they fight against Na'Vi just now.
Yeah, at the same time as well, I like how Team Secret has made the decision to go in for a full DMR fight. Meanwhile, we do see action happening here as Aerowolf will going for a 1v1 fight, and it looks like that's going to be the downfall coming from Aerowolf here as ASL is going to get himself 1 KP in the process here. And Leon, they are still tanking the circle, and they need to rotate the next phase, but look at this, ASL, they're pretty happy about this. They know Aerowolf was in the vicinity. They are pretty close by in terms of rotation as well. Why not get a couple pickoffs while they're rotating in? And that's exactly what's happening towards them here. And I like how this is actually going for them there, too.
It's never easy to cruise in Miramar. You look at how the terrain's just making out for you. Not enough is easily visualized by the players for anybody to shoot you down. The terrain itself, it's not helping the players to having a day of easy cruise. Not going to be breezy one. But in Leon's side, it's going to be a bit of replay how he take down on the side of Aerowolf. I'm still looking for Aerowolf to do something about it, to step up their games, to make a change a bit, to have more confidence, to start something, initiate a fight, or start the move first. They'll always be the one cowering inside of a compound, waiting to be ambushed. And in the end of the day, they just complete tragedy. So it's never a good ending to just cower inside of any four walls and not gaining any information outside. And Aboli, Zeus trying to just get a couple of sprays but not connecting so far. A bit too far for him to reach out. It's a good try nevertheless.
Well, a little bit slow for this game here, whereas 12 minutes pretty much passed. We only saw a couple shots in here and there. 4 a.m. playing a little bit cheeky here. They find themselves a nice mountain. They scout out the information coming from Team Secret Gym, but looks like Team Secret Gym, they pretty much solidify all their vehicles in that regard. So they don't exactly want to trade all that too much here. But here's a little bit more stats for you guys here. Team Secret Gym, they do have themselves a couple of KPs here and there. But looks like Team Secret Gym, they know there's 4 a.m. in that vicinity. Most probably they know it's going to be 4 a.m. or there's going to be some people there. Looks like they will make the decision and kind of build out situation here. Because this circle is a very weird circle. Because this is not too common circle. It's going to be pushing them far north here. Meanwhile, A1, Jackson's got his Dorado stuck. Oh no, that's
why of all the timing it had to be stuck. Now luckily there's no team that kind of tailing them way too close. If you do have, I think it's gonna be Zeus around the corner, A1 as well. So it's gonna be a park vehicle run and start to fight on the side of U High, Team Secret. They spot a lot of teams from this high ground. It's an easy task for them to actually scout things out from that kind of grounds there. It's easy to spot anything that moves. They have the high ground advantage sorry for that, I can't even word now. On the side of Bigatron, Secret Jin kind of having a hard time pinned down by Liquid. Well, we won't be looking at Micro Boy playing today. They swap their roster again. And Alpha start to fight against Digital Athletic. Solus will be down here. We have still 16 teams well and alive, even though they don't have all their members. I'm surprised it's a bit slow for this time, maybe because of the hardship of a circle.
Yeah, and meanwhile as well, seeing how Liquid is going to be back in the picture coming from Bigatron as well, and knowing that, hey, Bigatron, they've been switching up the strategies here and there here, and it's actually worked out, and it's actually hard to actually predict what Bigatron may or may not do in this regards here. However, another fight is gone its way here as PW88 is going to be going a couple shots in against Nova as well as Zeus here. So this is going to be a three-way showdown potentially here as Jimmy is in a really, really tough spot here. We see smokes already being popped off coming from Nova as Paraboy is going to try and go in for the assist here, but Jimmy is still trapped in the crosshairs of PW88 here as slowly but surely Zeus is going to try and take advantage of the situation and get a couple of kills themselves here. As you can see, Zayo, he is going to be in position as well. Likewise for IC as well as Godless, they are going to be spread out 2-2 here to try to take advantage of the situation. A couple shots coming in, but nothing major has happened yet. And unfortunately to say, Zeus, they are on the short end of the short sticks here. They are still on the outsides of the next phase of circle. Looks like they will give way towards both Nova as well as ASL there, as they are going to be rotating from another direction here. Meanwhile, PWA Corpai, they are gatekeeping the guys from Nova. This is not looking good for the guys from Nova, Shu.
I'm looking at Zeus making themselves busy, but I thought they will corner every way possible. Apparently, they just flee and just going for a longer rotation, making sure they got themselves a bit of a safe.
Oh!
Order again, never disappoint us with his snake toss, making sure he take down Kopai, one of the most important person in there. But on the side of Liquid, he just tried to run, but couldn't have power. Black White making sure that's a no-no, and it's gonna be the end for him, and the rest will be history for now. Or they're still fighting against PWA. He got one. He tried to get two. Jimmy helps on the other side. They got cornered for PWA. They see this one coming. They got cornered. They got wrapped around. Water come in. They might just wipe the whole team. This gonna be hard for PWA. It's just from bad going to worse now. There's only one member left. Still standing. How can he survive longer?
Wow, what a phenomenal play here coming from Order. And Paraboy, they catch off, finish off the rest members coming from PW88 here. Ice is pretty much the last man standing. Can he survive this here? Corpe is pretty much down for the count, and Ice is going for the setup here. Looks like he will lift another day here. Meanwhile, we are going to be seeing another engagement here coming from RRQ against Navi, as Navi, they are going to get finished off completely here. And on the kill feed, we see Ice actually get taken down. That's going to be Jimmy finishing him off, the guys from PWA, and that will be the end of the journey for this second map. And my goodness here, Nova, they do get themselves a huge mega kill here. Meanwhile, Nova Zin, he gets taken out from downtown here. That's going to be footballers split up in terms of forces here. Not looking too good for them here, as A1 is going to be holding down towards the barn here. 4 a.m. on towards the high ground top of the mountain here. And this is a 4 a.m. classic special. We see them do this very, very often. They love getting those high ground map controls as well. And occasionally, we do see a couple of red dot sprays with some insane range there too. Hopefully, we'll be able to capture some of those moments. Meanwhile, Corina Power starting to step up in these games here, as they did manage to find themselves one kill, which is in the name of Liquid coming from Bigatron Red Aliens. As we know, this circle is a very uncommon circle.
Wait,
as
what?
Oasis is a pretty hard one to play here. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, Nova, they get taken down by footballers.
What more questionable was Order kind of exploded Paraboy just now. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was in a vehicle. They were shot down. They was trying to blow up the vehicle for Order, but apparently it just backstabbed the teammates a bit, and I kind of praised Paraboy too much and just made a huge mass just now for Nova SQF. On the side of 4 a.m., they are untouchable as we speak. Footballers is going to be a tough climb up there. It's going to be a huge height. A1 is down there as well. But Aerowolves finally start to make a move. They're going to fight against Abrupt players who's been sandwiched between DJ Athletics and also Arrow of Limax. Now, the one actually on the higher ground will be winning this. They are witnessing whatever battles happening beneath them, and nobody can spot them out just yet. On top of that, the 4 a.m. on the other hand, still holding this ground, holding this corner, making sure they suppress whoever tried to move forward. For Bonds, so close. It's a really last tick of hell there.
Oh no, the circle is gonna bleed him out here. Can he get the heal in time? Lutz, he's stuck. Okay, he gets the heal. Hasaki still gonna be gatekeeping his way through. Lutz is gonna try and sneak his way through here. Hasaki has a good glimpse there. A couple of free fires going in here. Hasaki still playing the high ground here, and that's gonna be Lutz taken out here. Footballers bows out on 14th place here despite getting 4 kills. Not a great one then for them here, and that's the thing about pushing towards the rocky mountains of Miramar. It's not a easy thing to without a vehicle here. So great spot here coming for 4 a.m. Found a really nice roadblock for themselves, and they've successfully got themselves a huge major kill. And guess what? The circle is pretty close to them on top of that as well. Meanwhile, the rest of the teams are going to be gathering up from the western and the northern section here. And guess what, Chu? Smack middle of them all is going to be the guys from Zeus there. So that's going to be a great time for them to actually gather a little bit of information, get some serious high kill volumes, especially on the hands of Zeus. But can they do it? Meanwhile, Team Secret Jin here, slowly creeping their way here. They hear gunshots coming from Konina Power as well as the guys from BTR. Looks like they are going to try lay low for a little bit more here to try to take advantage of the situation, but nothing out of the ordinary yet. As Alpha 7 here, they are going to be on top of the highest point of this circle here, and they do scouted members coming from Team Secret now, Chu.
I'm start guessing. I just stopped guessing the moment it hot shift again for the circle. It's just so unpredictable. But oh boy, managed to take down on Silas for now. But Navi, they've been pinned down by Alpha 7 on top of a hill. Now they got the higher ground for Alpha 7. It worth their time for that patience. Zeus IC will be taken out by Lon. 1-2-1 for both of them. On Mafioso's side, he keep on guard for Navi. He's making sure they cannot move. He's making sure he got this angle covered for anybody that jumps right in. But the thing is, Team Secret coming out on the other side has still 4 members well and alive. Same goes for 4 a.m. There's not many teams. Only 4 teams still have 4 members for now. And the top teams are having the top kills. Team Secret and 4 a.m. We know that these teams will never stand down from any fight at all. Or Digital Athletic only cover themselves temporarily within those smokes. But I'm not sure if they know. Oh, that's a perfect nade coming up from Potato. And just finish off straight away for Celine.
Oh, what a big nade there coming for Potato there, managing to clear the pathway for themselves. Now, they are slowly smoking their way here into the next phase of circle here. But like I said, this mountain terrain is super brutal here, especially with teams without any sort of vehicles here. And Potato with another kill here. And that's the Acer getting taken down from Vanilla Power. Just cut out and open here. Airwolf pulling a big one here. And Alpha 7 not making it easy for them. Oh boy! What a shot from Oh boy! He managed to clutch it with 1 HP and taking out the members here, but eventually gets scouted out from Alpha 7, and that's gonna be Navi out in the picture in 9th place there. And that is gonna be not 9th place there. He's still alive. Meanwhile, Konina Power still stuck in a really tough spot here as Team Secret Jin is going to be gatekeeping them here. The major nades are coming in and Konina Power, they can't seem to leave this vicinity. And the circle is going to be closing in 34 seconds. Gonzo looking for the place here, takes a little bit of advantage from the buggy chair, tries to find an angle to actually lob one big nade over. Can they get the job done? Z is in the vicinities and crosshairs of YT, but they can't seem to get the knock in. But Godless from Zeus, from where did he get the shot? From up above on top of the mountain. That's gonna be the window of opportunity that Konina Power needs here. But do they know that they're there? Because right now, Team Secret Jin, they're taking some serious fire, and Konina Power nades them out to oblivion. There's Team Secret Jin, they lose 10 members, and Konina Power, that's gonna be the opening for them to push up in here as Zeus and KP is gonna take a fight against Team Secret Jin. Gonzo gets taken out from Zayo. Zayo takes out Keizo. Oh my goodness, this is not looking good for Konina Power, and that's gonna be Team Secret Jin out at 6th place. Oh my goodness, that's you.
One nade can change them all. That's what Konina Power proven just now, but it's not a major victory yet for them because they have to climb themselves. The hard climb is real. Alpha 7 has been camped here all the while. It's going to be worth their time because this is the moment they're waiting for to pin down every single player. But they got finished off by the Blue Zone. They surrender at the mercy of Blue Zone. Just Konina Power willingly sacrificed without giving points to Alpha 7. Now they are very devastated for their time waiting. On the side of Zeus, on the other hand, they will start to targeting on Zeus side. Alpha 7 spot them out. They need more victims there for the goals, for the kill points. Joel, he got himself quite a decent loot on the side of Mafia, so picking too much cost him their life. But Alpha 7 really blessed out. We're talking about another airdrop dropping nearby that Zeus tried to snatch it away possibly. Smoke's covering them for now for Alpha 7, but IT start to make the move. He initiated, he moved forward, he goes for the front line. But in the meantime, 4am is just tailing, but just pursue at the back. But how can they cover all the angles 360 by themselves? One more team dropping out. We're down to only 3 teams only on top of this mountain.
Yeah, Bigatron tried their best to actually survive the situation here. Top 4 finish, pretty valiant 10 here, but there was nothing much they could have done. They were overrun with so many people. Alpha 7 still taking advantage of the situation here. 4am, they understand that Alpha 7 is the biggest threat right now here, and that's gonna be the opportunity to actually push up. And guess what? Alpha 7, they have this small side of the edge of the circle here, and 4am, they found a small exit strategy here to try and push their way through. Meanwhile, Senate, he's pretty much blinded here. He wants to provide assist here, and Alpha 7, they split off, and this is not looking good for them because right now, Zeus and 4am, they're taking advantage here, and they're gonna go for the tag team. And guess what? 4am, they conquer the high ground, and the circle is gonna be favoring the guys from 4am. What was Alpha 7 doing here? Because right now they're looking at the wrong direction, but as of now, Alpha 7, they will have a little bit of window here. which is going to be using the cover of the buildings here. But 20 seconds left, 15 seconds left on the clock. The circle is going to be moving their way here. 4 a.m. They are already inside the next phase of the circle. This is going to be a huge hunting season for 4 a.m. If things don't go in the way of Zeus on Alpha 7 here, they need to figure out what's the next strategy here. 4 a.m. already splitting out forces. They're setting up for the big kill feed here. So going for the spray. Zeus, they're in some trouble. So catches off Icy. Icy is down. And so they get another one through the smoke. Oh my goodness, it's a bloodbath for 4 a.m. They destroy them all, and Zeus, they're taken out. They bow out on third place, and 4 a.m. is going to be down towards the last two teams here. 4v2 situation. Alpha 7 taking the buildings. But what can they do? They're outside the zone. Oh no, Chu. This is going to be a rough one for Alpha 7 here, Chu.
4 a.m. I call them the death squad right now. They're literally bulldozing everyone. They prioritize the position first. They got themselves the higher ground. Alpha 7 battling against the blue. They don't have much time. Long minutes to take one down, but it's not enough.